Here is the recorder. The shattered remains of the machine are spread all over the floor.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit.
This, too, must be the wall
Put to music preventive for communication purposes. Well, it's destroyed like this. Perhaps criminal psychology is at play here. What do you mean?
Well?
Even if they know they are not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera.
Fine.
So that's why they destroyed the camera. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this. Then what was the thing I saw? Interesting. The stepladder is tipped over on its side. Must be the stepladder that...
low.
Which really, now I've been, watching videos all day and whatnot. Now it's you're telling me it's batteries for the
Charging battery.
I used to saw the video. Isn't that a bloodstain? Look, there's a bloodstain on the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, didn't have any external injuries if that's the case. It must be Higatu's blood.
Yep.
That's the only thing I could think of. A bloodstain that probably belongs to Hiko is on the side of the stepladder. What does it mean? Well, it's kind of nice because for this particular case, we don't have any kind of leads about who the murderer is. So we don't have any of those false, oh, it's this, obviously it's looking towards this one. Oh, wait, it's actually this one. Oh, wait, it's actually this one. Let's go on when she was sick. What's on her feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dry. Is it blood, right? But there should be an external injuries, if that's the case. This blood belongs to someone else. Interesting.
Damn right.
Hey, can I talk to you for a moment? You already discovered the body before we met up, right? Yeah, at first I didn't know it was, Ibankai because of that hemp egg, though. Although, process of elimination led me to believe that it definitely was. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from the rope.
Like...
Which means you must have died before you was
Wow.
Names, I hate names. That helps. There's no time of written death in the Munkin file this time, so I wasn't really sure who died first. It's true, the estimated time of death wasn't written in the Munkin file this time, but I should know when died because I personally saw it. In that video, was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that, not really, because her particular disease made it that she obeys orders. So the killer could have been like, okay, put this on your head and walk up that stepladder and reach for the rope. And then that could have been recorded. That could have been recorded and played back later and sent through the device. The device is recorded video, so it doesn't have to be light. So she didn't commit suicide. I don't think. Someone made it look like it. He'll explain his death afterwards. Two different deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that was a coincidence. The rope is tied to a bow tongue, lighting on the ceiling. Hung herself the rope and died. I don't think it is. From what I can tell, looks like a regular length of rope. No natural features. But despite that fact, this music venue has a storage room. There shouldn't have been any rope in there, which means was it obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from there? That means anyone could have obtained this rope, and it also means it would have been difficult to use this clue. I wonder if it's true. Also, someone would have had to have known how to tie a noose. Like, I don't know how to do that, and I'm sure hell of a lot of people don't know how to do that. Oh, I just noticed something. It's okay if I confirm it.
Hey!
What happened? There's something I wanted to ask you. There's no doubt the cause of death was being hanged by the rope, right?
Well...
Yes, she has no external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from hanging.
I see.
I see. Died from hanging herself. And that was obvious the moment we discovered the body. You might have not seen it, but we all saw it. that she was hanging herself. You're right. Yep, you got it. So this rope wouldn't be much of a clue. That Mrs. Church in her place. She's usual, no idea what he's up to. This bag was the prize from the theater. Wait, huh? Fabric. Yes. It's the bag from the theater. There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. The dull light in the video must have been coming from this candle. The candle that hung this huge must be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using candle. They could have just used normal stage lighting. That is very true. But I'm not sure why they didn't. Her arms crossed and a thoughtful look at her face. It was silent on the stage. Did something happen to drop on the floor there? Nothing dropped, it's just dirty. Dirty?
Hey, hey.
See? Take a close look at the floor.
See?
If you look closely, you're right, there's a smudge as if something was wiped off. Wait, this isn't something. This is a blood stain.
Yep.
Well, the blood stain isn't strange. Nick was slashed as not far from
But
here.
still.
Rather, it's strange as what the killer tried to hide it. Hide it?
So...
If they were trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off. The reason the killer wiped off the bloodstain, as long as the bloodstain is nearby, there's no way they could have been able to conceal the crime by wiping off the bloodstain. So what is this killer trying to hide? Oh, so I can't expect her from here. Okay, I didn't know if I had to back out a bit more before I can look at the other body. Despite to get a pillar on the offside of the stage, which I'm really happy that she's gone because she was such a little brat. She's wrapped against the pillar with duct tape and looks like to be wearing like she was forced to stand away. Who did this? Oh, I must personally thank them. My character's such a dick. Her neck looks like it's stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But wait, he was why is he? What? What are you talking about? It's all dehaveled. Also, her slash is being tied in the front. Did the killer do this? But when did the killer kill this person? Because when I entered the stage, there wasn't there. And if it's possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so, because the killer must have be someone who doesn't have an alibi during this time, right?
Hey!
Hey, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way.
Now.
Don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I need your help with. Help?
Actually,
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside. What? So I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on. Don't you tell me to search inside the thing. Huh? That's exactly
why?
it. Well, it would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know. Don't mess with me. Are you saying there's no problem with that now that she's dead? Fine. If you don't want to do it, I'll just ask someone else.
Hey!
Yo!
Yo, what up?
Hey,
Someone, what you do for me? Looks like there's something inside the stash would do that.
What?
Don't really understand, but I'm gonna check out this, right?
thanks.
Thank you, Howard. Helping each other is such a wonderful thing.
Now then.
Let's see.
That's weird.
She's tied up tight. I can't even reach her with my hand. Oh wait, hold on.
Yo!
There's something. You cannot notice a bulge of a key that small from such a full-out dress gown that she was wearing. There is no way. I'm calling BS.
Perhaps.
It looks different than her keys to the cottage, so maybe the key to her motel room? Motel room, huh? If her key was deep inside her thing, that must have been hard to remove. Then it's unlikely the killer tampered with this evidence.
Isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have put it more towards the front of the stash so we wouldn't notice it easily. We concluded that there's something in this hiding along the lawn. Okay, I guess we're going to her cottage.
Hey,
Oh. Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true this mysteries regarding her body. Well, just hear me out for a second. Out of one of those mysteries, what I think is the strangest is
see?
where we wrapped around with duct tape. It's almost like they're trying to hide the wound around her neck, don't you think? Hide the wound around her neck. I don't know if it would be true attention, but I guess it would be helpful for investigation. The reason for the low volume of blood is because that duct tape is acting as a compress, right? her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. Actual stage? There's black curtain inside the stage. The curtain is not wide enough. It can't reach from edge to edge of stage.
Huh?
It's not a full-length curtain. This curtain was originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly. It's probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket. See, the back of the curtain is taped with temporary use. It's just like the curtain from the supermarket. So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring the curtain from the supermarket?
So...
If they went that far, it was probably something the killer needed for this crime scene. Why did they need it? Who knows? Well, wouldn't it be a mystery if the answers came easy? That is really interesting. I'm not really sure why that is. Oh, I can look at this stuff back here too now. Controller release lower to the ceiling. In fact, we use it to lower. Yep. Speaking of lighting, the video and the music venue I saw, it had only a dim yeah, duh. We talked about that. You don't need to bring it now.
So you
I
have a
see.
penis.
So you noticed too. Noticed. So you didn't notice. Are those eyes just the little glass balls? Take a good look at the baton lighting above your head. Have you not noticed the ambient, apparent iron? Look at the baton lighting. You mean that? There's something that looks like big black paper stuck to the baton lighting. So you finally noticed. But I can't really see it from here. I should lower the baton one more.
I can see it!
There is no need.
Go by 4 dark devas of destruction!
Feast your eyes upon the brave souls of my 4 dark dwellers of destruction. The hamster launched itself from his hand and ran up the baton line in a flash. Started running around the ceiling like paper, and then it fell down with it. Yep. Did you see that? Behold the power of the ultimate evil eye wielder. Wow, that is amazing. I've never seen a hamster do tricks.
Oh,
They are my 4 dark divas of destruction. Hamsters are merely their temporary form. So, what's with the paper?
fine.
It seems to be some kind of thick paper, though it doesn't have any special kind of spells scribed into it.
That was close.
It appears it's nothing useful. No, that's not it. There's no doubt it's some kind of clue. I mean, the fact that it was stuck in place like that, no matter how we think about it, it's too unnatural. Sure. That's right, you might be able to adjust the hot air of this. Alright, I'll mess around with it. It's running as a heater over 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I know why it's so hot. Better turn off the heat now. That should cool things. The staff storage room doesn't hurt at all. I don't want to talk to you. Stack papers placed here looks like there's a bunch of them. I had too many left over, it seems somewhat pressing. Compared to last time, it feels like there was less stakers than before. Am I overthinking this? Different musical instruments. They're not important. Carpeting wallpaper. Thick black paper that's full in the lower half. Stickers placed all over the front and the sides wallpaper at the edge of the wallpaper. Ah, but it looks torn. What does this mean? So they use that to cover up the other body. That's why we didn't see it. That explains a lot. Because when we ran in, it was so dark, we couldn't really see, but we saw the body in the ceiling, and then all the killer had to do was rip off the wallpaper, the fake wallpaper they had wrapped around the pillow to reveal the other body. So probably the killer killed the annoying one first, and then went to the musician. Should come here and investigate the storage room too. I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it? Or is he trying to stand guard? So about it. Did you find any clues? The tripped over stepladder of the stage, the duct tape binding him. That's probably all I came from the storage room. There must be some other thing from the storage room that might be used as a clue. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end you're just here to be on the killer's side, right? I'm not siding with the killer, you know. I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it. There's the main reason why this case is really special. Huh?
Man,
but I can't say for certain though. What's this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any sense.
Hajime.
I still don't quite understand the details of what happened.
Right?
If you could explain to me in detail, I think I'll be able to give you some more useful information. Really, you might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer.
Mean.
That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll gladly become the enemy, and I won't even mind when I die. It's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time, huh? What does that mean? Regardless, I guess I'm not gonna tell me, huh? Then I can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my own gut feeling. Gut feeling? You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. What exactly are you talking about? Well, isn't it obvious? The movie theater. Duh! Why would we go to the movie? Why would we go to the movie theater? Come on, kids, dumb. Because the satchel came from the movie theater area. It's a prime suspect location. Do you direct your gaze at the brave satchel of the by four dark divas and destruct? Okay, whatever. Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling too well? Yeah, I don't really get it, but when I talk about him, it's like my knees start shaking. It's weird. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. I'll probably go away if I battle a strong dude, but he's not here. He'll definitely come back. You're right.
Damn right.
Hey, take a look at this. What?
Huh?
Look what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? And it's not like the one that's broken. What happened to it?
Like...
If something like this is in front of the door, and you think it might be a really big clue, why would it be this clue? Remember when it came into the music venue? The door was stuck. I don't need a flashback for everything. I remembered what happened. The door was locked when we tried to go inside, and the four of us charged into the door. When I examined it, I found that the door didn't have a lock at all. The door was designed to be pushed, and this is the shape of the handle. What kind of handle is that? If the stick was used to bar open the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean, you think this drumstick was used to lock the door? The broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. And then how was the killer able to get out? Huh? I mean, the music venue doesn't have any windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer would have been able to escape. Not if they put the thing there first, and then the door kind of closes, like, you know how most doors do? Or maybe the killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, and they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us. You know, don't they use tricks like that a lot in mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that somewhere around here. Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. It's a bit weird, because it doesn't really make sense to lock it. I guess he locked it to give himself more time to remove that fake wall. Got my ear. That fake wallpaper. Like he said, that must be possible, but
Listen to the
I
whole
remember what
story.
you two were discussing. It was kind of cool entrance.
Well,
Besides the broken drumstick, we've also discovered something interesting. What is that?
see?
Look, this weird gloop blob, where the right and left door touch, see? You're right, what is it? It looks too firm and thick to it's rubber.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't look like rubber, but she said that and bent down and scraped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. What are you putting that in your mouth for? It smells like workshop chemicals. Workshop, and this chewiness. I see, this thing must be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, it was originally a liquid that hardened into this. It might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps of use of the door. What are you talking about? Just like I thought. It tastes nasty. You definitely should not do that. Even if you spit it out, there could be traces of it left behind, and if it's poisonous, it could still do some serious damage to you. Besides that bit about the taste, it's okay to consider that some clue, right? They probably used that on the door, so that way when it was locked, they couldn't peek through the actual doorway to see what was inside. Because by then the lights were probably on.
Something like
It
this.
happened once again. Two of my cherished friends died at this time. same time, I can't believe it.
How cruel.
This is the place where Iba sang for him. Looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now, those two are no longer here. Oh, such a tragedy. I understand how you feel, but please control yourself. 2 of your friends were killed. That's just a more reason why we can't leave this alone, right?
So just as I thought.
We must do this then, for the sake of those who have fallen. If only I'd noticed sooner, you might have been saved. Hey, when did you realize it was still missing? After leaving Nagito's room, I went to the call-in room, and that's when it came to me. I should go check on everyone in the hospital is doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so I went to the patient's room and I noticed that Uma was gone, so I quickly ran out of the hospital. That's when it happened. And then I saw Rita in front of the hospital, so I asked him if he could help me look for him. And, that happened, reminds me. Where were you? I thought you were the rest in the lobby. That is a long story. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not like I doubted you or anything. There's no way I doubt you because we've been together since this morning. You're right, we've been together until we went to the call room. That's right, we were together until a little before the morning Monokuma's announcement, so I don't doubt you. I'm telling you the truth. Oh, Fudge. I'm sorry if I can't give the voices all for these past 2 days. And for YouTube, it's probably like 3 or 4 episodes. I'm getting sick, and I just can't. I just don't have the energy for it like I did initially. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again, I'll tell you what I know. So please, spare my life at least! It happened, no doubt. Okay. Alright, we must close. Might be close to finishing investigating the music venue, but I still need to talk. I need to make sure we get the results. Should talk to Mikito one more time. She was the last one I talked to. How about it? Have you thought anything? Tell you the truth, it's been very inconsiderate, but it's not my fault. The music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't examine the time of death. Because of the heat, is that possible? If a body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine the precise time of death. Huh, I did not know that. That's interesting. I see. It must have been the killer's skull. They covered up the time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. But that's weird.
But...
Even if the heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death? I agree. As long as I saw it, it should be clear what order the murders occur. First, nope, it was the other way around. And as long as this wasn't an elimination murder, these should be any mistake in the order of murders. Imitation murder?
Huh?
Huh? You don't know? I thought you told you knew.
See?
It's a murder when the killer uses his creative work, like a song or film, as an outline for these killings. So it's common in detective novels and video games that you start to get annoyed by it. How would an imitation murder be related to this case? Well, besides, based on killing order and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie. That movie.
Good instinct.
The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed 2 people. The goal was an imitation kill. Even so, why did they feel they need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this was really an imitation of that movie, then it's possible that one other person might have been killed.
This too
It's clearly
must be the
inconceivable
will
if
of
the killer
Kalsal.
wishes to complete that imitation. Hold on a second, why are you all talking about imitation murder? One more person might have been killed. You guys worried there could be another victim? Nah, then no worries. Things will get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm a real cautious fella, so I prepared a perfect countermeasure. On this killing school trip, the same Blacken can kill a maximum of 2 people.
Huh?
You mean you've added another rule?
Yep.
Well, that should have been added a long time ago. Well, if killing everyone at once is okay, the Blacken would be able to secure an easy victory, right? This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your brains. If it's a maximum of 2 people, then will there be no more killings? Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see, as expected of you. You're very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I don't want to consider the possibility at all, and I don't even want to think that someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there were 2 killers? Oh fudge, the game took it right out of me! Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility that Uma here were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers at the same time, but we can only vote for 1 person, right? Oh, I didn't think about that.
I am concerned.
If we can only choose 1 based on majority vote, the other person will certainly achieve victory.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
So what happens in that case? What about a case where there's incidents instead of 2, or 4 incidents overlaps on 1?
Silence!
Oh, shut up! It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens. Aww, I'm really disappointed, because that would have been really, made things really, like, complicated and really interesting. Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time. So, it's safe to say that it applies to this case too, right?
I don't like
Alright,
this.
fine. That's right, there's always 1 killer at a given time. Even if that not accomplice, I have to figure out who the mastermind is. Man, I ended up giving you a huge hint. Make sure she made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. I should just shut up and go back to my cave. I see there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep.
Yep, that's what makes things a little easier. Plus, if the killer could kill a maximum of 2 people, then that means the 3rd victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that, it sounds so strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation? Could it be you haven't seen it? Seen it? Seriously, see what? The movie.
Oh my.
Good instincts.
That movie.
Well?
Based on the murders at this time, it's close resemblance to the movie, as if they were copying it. As if they copied the movie. I'm seeing you mention something about that. It can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my own gut feeling. Yep.
You...
I see you haven't seen it. Still, it's not too late, I think. So what a good idea if you watch the movie before the quest rush starts. Yeah.
There?
Oh, hello there, Hilju. I've known you'd come. That means you've noticed it too, right? This case's time is an imitation case, in which the killer used the movie as their theme. I wouldn't know, I haven't watched that movie yet. See, then you really should watch the movie first. Hey manager, there's a customer here.
Did you call me?
Yes, did someone call? A customer? Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
You said you don't want to watch it, but I knew you would want to see it all along. If that's what looks like, then you really are a tough guy. You're so devoted to being... What's that word? See, Sundar? You bought that Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Huh?
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, you paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyways, why don't you show it to him? Stop it! But my resistance was vain, and I could reach my pocket, took the sticker. See this one. I'm sorry I was bored stupid.
That's...
You bought this for $1.5 million. But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Well, who cares about that anyway? Just sort of give me an invitation.
Here!
Okay, here you go. It says on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away 1 ticket per person. You can only have 1 chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date on the ticket, so you won't have to be able to cheat. Alright, I only plan to watch it
Look
once.
forward to it, okay?
Then I'll go prepare to project your reel. Please wait for a bit, okay?
Hey,
The invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Huh? Why? No reason, I think it's just to protect the charm. Because that shows that I saw it today. Reminds me, the item on the top of the counter is gone. Yeah, because there's a bag from there.
What's this?
Well there, and you intended to buy that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's just too bad. It's already sold out. Well, who do you sell to?
You're so
Stupid, there's no way he's not
stupid.
fall for that. There's no way I'd say something to reveal who the killer is. So the killer bought it. Yeah. I remembered you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? Yeah, that's limited to one. It's one more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off.
well now.
Now, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
Looks like the complete keys complete right away. Okay. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World famous director Martin Cooper presents a stunning masterpiece that that reduced American audience to tears. The Wizards of Monomima 2.5D with the screaming shortly. From the title alone, you'll have a bad feeling about this. 2.5D, that sounds so half
Ben,
baked.
please relax and
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise.
What?
And was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires.
I don't know if you noticed that subtle change in my look, but that's when I realized this was based off the Wizard of Oz.
Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows. He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron.
See that the arrow person, the lion, was tied up to a tree?
After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury.
Okay.
And he lived happily ever after. The end.
That really wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, it was stupid, but wasn't gonna make like terrible. Man, movies are the best. The drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues, one for each head.
So.
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
Bye.
To discuss evil sorry now. That's all I would just say. Describe the situation. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst move I've ever seen. No, the worst move I've ever seen was rubber. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a tire that kills people. Makes no gosh darn sense. Pretty sure I was losing brain cells by the second. Go watch it, I recommend. Do not actually do it. I'm serious. Please don't. If you want to have a good time, don't watch it.
Wow.
No, thanks to that movie. Now you know, right? Yeah. Just like I said, the characters who were killed in the movie were victims in this case. I was hanging matching the Scarecrow's death. This matches the Lion's death. But the Tin Man, would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer was upset about that right now. Or if the killer's main goal was imitation murder, they should have just been upset by it by now. I'm not sure if that's even true. I never went inside any of these rooms in the motel, plus I don't even know what rooms might be faster stats somewhere.
So you have
You're here, right. Come on out. Are you talking to me? I can see you. Do you really think you could hide your presence like that? What was it trying to hide in the first place? Hey, which room is there?
listen well.
Open the door to the central room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear. And you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder how this guy even talked to his parents and teachers. Yep. Staying here, it's just safe for tonight, so it doesn't really feel like your own, but I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my.
Did you open the door? Yeah, I put the key in the closer, so I used it to open it. I see. How the hell did you get in? What, did something happen? No, it's just that I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? Let's ask her. The moment we came into the motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right? However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in the room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason could she possibly have for locking herself in the room?
Perhaps.
Her chemo. Yesterday I went to talk to her. Said she had been in her room for some time. I told her it might be good for her to come outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by conscious, it was not locked at the time. And then I saw it. Was crying and struggling with her sash. She didn't want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie the sash anymore. It's no longer with us, so I believe it was having trouble with that. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her stash.
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly stash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Told me she learned how to tie her stash from Mira. That Mira kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her stash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to, especially since Mira taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hyuko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be!
Remember that. I decided she went to the music venue to wear her thing. I could see that happening. Locked her room, make sure she could put her key inside. Can imagine that. She was probably abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Why did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was she listening in on your conversation? I never thought this to anyone, and I did not believe anyone was listening in on the conversation. Nobody knew. If that's the case, how did the killer know about it, unless that you're the killer? Are you the killer, Miss Princey Princess? That isn't messed up. Look at when you're sleeping. Is it really not a mirror? Mirror, but it's small and rusty. There's no way one could use it. Wow, look at that. The field port's clear as well. Let's just turn this way. Found you.
No. I'm right.
Hey, can you explain it to me again? What happened? Whoa, sorry. What happened when you first discovered the body? It was the same time when I found it with you guys, and the body was hanging from a bone, right? However, there's no body discovered in Nasa, so that's why I went back to get you guys. I met up with it, Motel, and when you were about to go to the main venue, you met up with me and Marike. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for the
I
reason.
see.
So if we had no choice but to break down the door and discover his body was suddenly there too, yeah, that's what happened.
Hey,
This was the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else did you saw besides Cheer? As I recall. Didn't you hear me a body was found? That's not reminded
I
me.
see.
So it didn't appear, huh? So do you think those two are suspicious? Well, him are killed, betraying the time you saw the body and I was... And when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those are the most suspicious since those were with us. That might be, but... While we're at it, so let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Monica panicking for the hospital. I asked her what's going on. She said it disappeared. So you guys split up to look for her?
Well,
huh?
yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anybody else while you were circling the island?
Well.
No, we went to the movie theater and the street full of machines to look for, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that money around looking for him was all the time. In short time, there's no way I could have killed her and wrapped her around the pillar with duct tape. That's true, except for the fact that she was already killed first and that she was hidden behind wallpaper. What, do you still doubt me? Well, I'm just used to it. It's true, I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry, even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. What the hell? Oh, you speak it from experience. Are we done? Nothing else to do, right?
Well,
I feel like I haven't been here for a while, even though it's only really been a few days. I forgot I had a water next to me. Hey, are you prepared? I prepared that surveillance camera student, right?
Hey,
Yeah, so I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Don't get this from that shady looking alley where those machines were lined up.
right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then if the other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
And
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video that were filmed with the hospital cameras can only be viewed by the video hospital monitor. The video that was filmed at the music venue can only be viewed at the video venue. But if I left it like that, we wouldn't be able to communicate, so I decided to swap that cameras. So that's how you guys were able to do the hospital version. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcasting based on a specific number. Even if you bring the same model camera and monitor, it won't be able to interface with the signal. Even if we had our cameras exist before this. However, I didn't just swap the cameras, I modified them to increase the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we would be able to use it. You're right, you did. Okay. Investigate the lobby first. What's there to investigate?
Hajime,
Is there a reason I want to ask you? You first discovered his body in the music venue, right? But why did you go to music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with the camera?
that's right.
Yeah, when I asked... Yeah, we did. Repeating.
And
Well, if the camera light goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infractured functions, so things can't show up even in the dark. But the one thing I got from Machine Alley was a really old model. Hold on.
well,
At the time you said you didn't know the person who was wearing the hemp bag was here, right? Yeah.
hmm.
You didn't know it was her, but you saw her when she was trying to hang herself. So you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. But I didn't think I'd make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the step ladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Or did that mean she's her own killer? What do you think? There's no doubt it could climb a step ladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so... Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, you'll be honest. Well, of course, then there's no way you'd be able to figure it out so easily. Oh, yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading there. Okay, thanks, your man off all sudden. probably just dressed up in the killer's probably was dressed up in this, so that way it was live monitor footage, but she actually killed the people a long time ago. And then when he saw it, ran over to try to get it, all he had to do was just, or she, put the body of the rope, knock over the stepladder, hide behind the curtain that wasn't fully covering the whole stage so they could clearly see them. Why are you here? Finally back to my normal self. Help me out with my recovery. You could touch my... What? No thanks. You're supposed to be watching the body!
Hey, hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I have no idea, but... hospital gowns are pretty hospital gowns are pretty comfortable. I was thinking I might be able to keep wearing one. I didn't plan on wearing hospital on my own. That's not the idea. I took it like stock. Looked like there was one grown for each patient's room, so I thought I'd be able to be in the empty rooms. There weren't any? Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, that was just confirming my hypothesis there. It wasn't important. We actually haven't been up here. The staff room and the conference room. And then a biohazard room? Not sure what that is. This is pitch black, can't see anything. Where's the switch? Don't turn it on. Huh? Are you... If you turn the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What's fully exposed? If you poke your eyes out, you could turn on the lights. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke my eyes out. Aw, bummer. Troll face. As soon as she finished saying that, I heard the sound of curtains being drawn. Flashing tense light, stun my eyes a little.
Hey, hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
Well?
I got it. Got what?
See?
The curtains in this conference room are designed in completely blackout light. There's a projector in here, so you're probably careful about light. Black curtain that can block light, and as long as you're able to reach, it's perfect. Black light blocking curtain. That's why it was dark. So this is something wrong with that? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret.
Nope.
Here we go. Class trial time, everyone.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know? So, make sure you guys come to...
Two more islands remain. So there's definitely going to be at least one more murder after this. And probably two more class trials based on the first game.
Welcome!
So right here, do you guys want to go to class trial? Hey jerk! Hold on a bit!
Enemy's such a
What
dumb
took you away? You're a
child.
dummy little sister who shall... My brain works just fine!
Hey, hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Necromon? I see you come to avenge him. Avenge? That sounds like he died! Sounds like you say, oops. Anyways, his name is fortunately unavailable today. He's absent. Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let
Hold on, I
you.
won't let you escape!
Hey! Huh?
Yeah.
Damn it!
He's not dead.
Well,
More importantly, especially if you're not worried about his cells. Why are you so excited about it?
how about it?
Who knows?
What do
We'll find out soon enough. Yeah. Let's go. My patience with this game is thinning. Stop dilly-dallying. Let's get to the trial.